Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be discussing a topic that honestly isn't the most positive thing ever. This video will probably be fairly negative just all around, and all of this involves Ninjago series head writer Doc Wyatt. Nothing that he did though. Doc Wyatt is definitely not at fault in this situation at all. Instead, this is more so a video about how poorly he's been treated as of late by Ninjago fans and people that do enjoy Ninjago, people that like the show. Yeah, Doc Wyatt has not been receiving the best treatment as of late for a number of reasons, and I would just like to call attention to it. Haven't really seen anyone else talk about this, so figured might as well, just because it's been bothering me a lot lately, so let's get into it here. So again, Doc Wyatt, for those that might not be aware, is one of the current head writers for Ninjago Dragons Rising. He's responsible for a large majority of the Ninjago Dragons Rising storyline, and lately Ninjago fans have not been treating him the best. I usually see this over on Twitter more often than not, even in my YouTube comments section a little bit. People are just being relatively rude, especially towards his answers that he gives out over on Blue Sky, either making fun of the fact that sometimes Doc Wyatt does contradict himself, saying he has dementia. That's a big one that I've seen, because he sometimes forgets things that he's talked about in prior Blue Sky posts. Again, not really in the context of a joke, but more so out of genuine hatred, and just making fun of his answers in general. There's not really any other way to put it. It's just rude and inconsiderate, all things considered. Now, Doc Wyatt, again, is a writer for Ninjago Dragons Rising, but the idea that he needs to remember every little thing, that's not the most realistic notion out there. Ninjago has gotten so big over the past 15 years almost, it's literally impossible to remember literally everything. I guarantee you nobody out there remembers every little detail about Ninjago, especially, again, Doc Wyatt. Sure, Doc Wyatt writes for the Ninjago series, but again, the idea that he's expected to remember every little thing and every little thing that he's said over on Blue Sky so he doesn't contradict himself, a little bit unrealistic. I feel like a lot of people are definitely not cutting him the slack that he deserves. At the end of the day, Doc Wyatt is a person, he's an individual, he's not someone who should just be able to regurgitate Ninjago information and be consistent with Ninjago lore 100% of the time. The guy tries his best. Every now and then he'll throw in a little mistake here and there. He might refer to Kerr of the Forbidden Five as the wrong gender. He might say that a character is alive when really that character has been dead for a while. Again, the guy can make mistakes. We don't need to hold him to this high of a standard to the point where any slip up that happens just gets ridiculed online for no reason. Ninjago fans can be a little aggressive with that kind of thing, and I've definitely seen that towards Doc Wyatt a lot as of late. I have been seeing other issues too. There have been multiple fake Doc Wyatt accounts trying to make him look bad and just posting obscene things for no reason. Again, just out of pure blind hatred for this guy who writes for Ninjago. There are also people answering questions as him for whatever reason. Again, impersonation is a big problem that Doc Wyatt has faced in the past, and he's joked about it too, but still, it's not like it's the best thing ever. People definitely should not do that. I've also seen people using me for hatred, believe it or not, and there are a few more examples of this, but this is the type of stuff that I see sometimes. This video in particular is me talking about questions that Dragons Rising still hasn't answered, and people are rolling with this as if it's a negative thing, even though I do say in that video, hey, the mystery of Dragons Rising is one of the most appealing things about the series. It's okay to have mysteries, and it's okay for the writers to play the long game with some of these topics. Again, the only issue here, in my opinion, regarding the unsolved mysteries is that it's been confirmed now that some of them will not be addressed by the show. But I highly doubt that that's a decision that the writers themselves made. That is more so a decision, more likely than not, from the higher-ups at LEGO. We should not be attacking the writers for that decision, even if it was their decision. Attacking the writers personally is just never a good idea. Speaking of posts on Blue Sky, I have also seen Ninjago fans asking questions at inappropriate times. Now, I do understand how some people might not be able to read the room as well as other people, but Doc Wyatt does not post exclusively about Ninjago over on his Blue Sky account, and even on like unrelated posts or even sad posts that have nothing to do with Ninjago, I see people underneath trying to ask Ninjago questions. There's a time and a place for that. It is not under unrelated posts or sad posts, for example. And speaking of all of that, again, with the answers that Doc Wyatt gives over on Blue Sky, I'm pretty sure we can take what he says as Ninjago canon. There's kind of this notion going around that Doc Wyatt isn't canon, and while you are certainly free to, again, have your own headcanons, the guy literally writes for the Ninjago series. So I'm pretty sure we can take what he says at face value and trust his answers. Again, he might make a mistake every now and then just because he's, again, just a guy, but still, the answers that he gives can be considered canon, in my opinion. Most of the time, his answers are just kind of little bonus things that don't really need to be addressed by the Dragons Rising storyline. You can totally, for example, watch the entire Ninjago Dragons Rising series and not ever take a look at Blue Sky and still understand the entire storyline. Now, to wrap up this video, I would like to talk about maybe why this is happening, because I've certainly seen a lot more of this, again, just negative attitude towards Doc Wyatt as a person as of late, and I feel like it's because of how Ninjago fans feel towards Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 3. It's no secret that Dragons Rising Season 3 is not the most well-received Ninjago season out there. Even myself, I have a lot of problems with the season, and I have a lot of problems with the writing. It's fine to criticize at the end of the day. I'm not saying you can't criticize Doc Wyatt for his writing. I'm just saying there is a fine line between criticism and bullying/harassment, if that makes sense. You can criticize the writing, but the second you step over that line and make fun of Doc Wyatt as a person, again, that leaves the realm of criticism, if that makes sense. And we've talked about this before many, many times with many other figures that either wrote for Ninjago or produced for Ninjago. Again, you can criticize the writing, you can criticize Ninjago as a thing, but personal attacks, harassment, again, that's not criticism. I really wish this community was nicer sometimes, but it is what it is. Leave all of your thoughts down below in the comments, everybody. Like I said, just wanted to make this quick little PSA just because I've seen some not so great treatment towards Doc Wyatt, especially attacking him as a person and as an individual. Yeah, not great, but leave all of your thoughts down below. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Hopefully, again, this video can actually, maybe fix some stuff, but we'll see. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.